Okay, so welcome to a chaos fortress. It is very barren and desolate, but it doesn't matter. The entire siege is irrelevant. Completely and utterly irrelevant, actually. Why is that, you might ask? Well, if this was a if this was a Dark Elf fortress, this would be playing out a bit differently, but very similarly in a lot of ways. Actually, if this was a chaos, a Dark Elf settlement, I would deploy basically here, take down the towers here. Okay, fair enough. That won't work here, but we do have what's important to understand about a lot of these siege maps, and this does apply to every single one of them. There's areas on some of these siege maps where, regardless of where you deploy, you will get hit by these towers, so you need to wipe them out as quickly as possible. This is why having artillery is so very, very freaking important. But then there are areas which are not in range. So guess what? Welcome to the siege tactics. You see this line of sight? My cannons may not have perfect line of sight, but I'll destroy these two towers. Once these two towers are destroyed, or maybe I should deploy here because it would probably open up more opportunities. Yeah, let's just deploy there because, like, whatever. Same idea. Lots of settlements are designed like this. And lots of settlements. Settlements do actually suck as a result of this. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna start hitting there until the towers are destroyed. Now I'm paying attention. Okay, so cannons doing their thing. One tower destroyed. Let's go for the next. Okay, let's not move. Actually, this is what cannons are great for. They can do this kind of level of damage. So even if I was positioning my army in a different way. But cannons or grudge throwers, it's irrelevant. I'm quite serious. Like, I could have a tier 2 army that you can recruit in every Dwarven settlement. I could have a tier 2 army. I could not even have artillery here and it would not freaking matter in the slightest. Like, it's just gonna make it faster. So yeah, sieges are pieces of shit because you either have a map like this, where you use something like this. Like, what can change this dynamic? Well, very little can change this dynamic. You can have, like, there are some maps, like the High Elf maps in Wolf 1. Invading Wolf 1 is thus a nightmare. But you do have certain maps, High Elven maps, that are gonna work differently. In those kind of situations, let's move, let's say, all of these or all of these quarrelers, and okay, and put those thunderers. Now I am using a mod that disables the towers inside the settlement, but that's irrelevant. Like, honestly, that's irrelevant. I could win this battle with this Rune Lord alone. As long as I have a limited battle duration, and I do, I can win this battle without really losing anything. Or minimal casualties. Now, now this is Archaon's, since this is Archaon's capital, and Archaon is very close by, I obviously have every incentive in the world, as a player, to do this, right? Let's just deal with that. Turn off auto shooting, turn off auto shooting. You want to conserve your ammunition. Okay, so that's another one that we destroyed. We want to break down the walls. So all this running around that the AI is doing, all this crap, it's meaningless. Okay, we got units on the walls there. Oh, but what if the AI had ranged units? It still would not matter in the slightest if it had ranged units or not. I would have to adopt different strategies, but like, okay, well, if the AI had ranged units behind the wall here, I would just put the Rune Lord here where they can't shoot, clear out the walls using my own artillery, and let's just start firing there. Clear out the walls. Okay, let's move these guys here. Maybe move them even closer, actually, so we can get more. Like, one of the nice things about grudge throwers is that they do have that arc line of fire. So you can see right here what's going on. Like, Chaos Warriors, tier 3 units getting smashed by Quarrelers. No problem whatsoever. Main consideration here is ammo. But you know what you can do about ammo? No problem that is either. One of the things you can do with respect to ammo, and yeah, just... if you are lacking in terms of ammunition, here's what you do. You have enough movement range before... Oh, they're gonna charge right out. You have enough movement range before the battle that you can go at it multiple times. You just need to have Siege Attacker as a trait. That's all that is required over here in order for you to score magnificent wins. And that's assuming you can't just like maintain the siege or something like that, right? We just want to have enough movement range to reach the settlement twice. Okay, Chaos Giant. Let's... Big man, big target. Okay, so we got some Marauders with gray weapons. Chaos Warriors. Enemy Lord, okay. More Marauders. And the wall is crumbled there. Chaos Warriors with Halberd, so they don't have shields. We're just waiting for... Okay, move the artillery a bit up. Move these Quarrelers up. I have free reign. There's nothing they can do. There like with buildable towers, there could be some towers somewhere around here, but let's consider the buildable towers. There's maybe 1 or 2 towers that could be in range here. This is why sieges suck. This is why all the buildables suck. It's like, okay, but what if the AI retreated behind the settlement? It wouldn't change their dynamic. It just meant that once I got inside the settlement, I would just advance block by block, clearing it out. The best thing the AI could do in this situation would be to sally out. They actually have the numbers for it. They would probably lose, but that's like the question of sieges, the question of battles is not necessarily winning them sometimes, but the question is like, can you inflict damage on the enemy? Like, here the AI is just frustrating the crap out of you as a player. They're not winning. They can't win. They don't have the tactics. They're not using the tactics to win. They can't even really damage me. The whole thing they're gonna do is just make me waste a lot of ammunition, but it's like, okay, that's irrelevant. Maybe if ammunition was a global affair that could, you know, deplete in a campaign, there's a game that does that. That's Ultimate General American Revolution. For all the issues that game particularly has at the moment. Oh, they're selling out. Sometimes you do see the AI do this, but they're never selling out like with massives of units, right? Like, they send maybe at most 1-2 units, and then it's like the inevitable happens, all that. And, okay. Now you might ask, okay, well, you got another battle coming up after this. Archaon is going to show up. What will you do against that? I'll just out-resolve that. Why the fuck would I want to fight Archaon? It's like, that's it, right? I fight this battle so I don't have to fight Archaon manually. And even if I have to fight Archaon manually, it's like, what do I do against Archaon manually in a siege? I probably would choose a field battle. Funnily enough, if he lays siege to my fortress, it's like, that's what I would personally do. Like, fight him freaking manually, assuming he even attacks me. Because he might just decide, yeah, I'm not gonna do that because, yeah, I will lose. Keep in mind, every settlement, both yours and AI, by default, has an auto-resolve benefit. So this army, this Dwarven army that is taking minimal casualties in this process, sure, it's taking a few, that's just like 1 turn replenishment vanilla, no problem. But this Dwarven army is going to recover very quickly. By the way, I should point out one of the issues I have with, like, the stats modifier. The stats modifier does not change the dynamic that you face in sieges at all. They just prolong them because they make it so that AI... Forget the melee stats or anything like that. The AI will just get such a high, ridiculous level of leadership. And look at this. Like, this battle is finished. Like, there's no way they are winning this. Literally nothing. I could send my guys in melee, they would win. Without too many casualties. Okay, so we got armored castrolls. Okay, let's put that in. Let's enable that. That's a hell cannon? Maybe? No. I don't think they had a hell cannon, so I was a bit surprised when I saw the ball of fire coming in. No, that was just a fireball. We also got the Master of Spite, so... Okay, let's put these guys here and enable just shooting them. Shoot them, shoot as freely as you can. Okay, that's finished. Let me use that. The weird spawn. Okay, that's gonna be a problem, but gonna need to dedicate some efforts on that. Alright, so they're finished. I'm gonna need to dedicate some resources on the spawn because otherwise they won't break. Once the spawn is done, it's like GG, right? Alright, Master Rune Spite doing its thing. There we go. Another explosion. More ammunition wasted. Let me turn those cannons around. There's still some troops here. Alright, those guys are gone. So we got just one unit of Marauders with grey weapons. If we wipe them out. Like, look at them fight until the bitter end. Though. That's hilarious. Fight until death, boys. Will really help you out there. Boom. That's it. Or maybe not quite. Cast warriors. There we go. Anything more? Don't see anything more. They're just a bunch of routing units that are not realizing they're finished yet. Okay. Oh, alright. So, okay, fair enough. Marauder Horseman. How terrifying. One volley. That's all it's gonna take. There we go. Finished. Now, this was not the strongest army I could have faced in a siege. It's not even the strongest I faced in this entire campaign, right? It's over. So what now? Well, I need to capture victory point by the looks of it. Oh, but you'd advance under fire in the vanilla game. The towers. Let me tell you what I'd do with those towers. They would just prolong the inevitable. I'd use my artillery to bust the towers. That's all. Because I still have plenty of cannon shots. People need to understand, like one argument some people make, rather, is the idea that, oh, there's not enough mechanics to slow the player down. To which I reply, there are plenty of annoying piece of shit mechanics that actually are meant to slow the player down. They just are worthless because they don't succeed, because whenever you have a mechanic that's meant to slow someone down, there's always going to be a way around that. There's a victory. So, this took, what, half an hour? 30 minutes? The outcome of this battle was never in doubt. So, there we go. Archaon's capital. Archaon is somewhere nearby. He should be able to attack next turn. It doesn't matter. It will not change what has happened here. His main city is fallen. And if he attacks next turn, he's gonna fall. He might be really, really powerful, but... well, I want to see him take down a Dwarven army in a siege. In a defensive siege. It is possible. In fact, if you're playing... if you're playing them... if you're playing Warriors of Caste, it is very easy, in point of fact. Because you abuse the AI's behavior. Okay, just as long as I'm not going bankrupt, but I have enough turret. Okay, 6 units. With how many units in the garrison? Yeah, that's decent enough.
I have the forge fires glowing.
Well, that would be it for a moment. Costin signing out.